So we left Washington and headed back to the Moorhead area where I'd be closer to the hospital that I delivered at. As you can see, we got busy when we left Washington. I ended up getting COVID and it was just a busy day of breaking down. So we left Trainers Creek and headed to Cherry Point and stayed there for a little while.
Kind of talking a little bit low because both kids are asleep right now. So prior to leaving the Moorhead area for like 2 years, we've been trying to get out to Fort Macon to see the cannons being fired, and we finally had an opportunity of being in the area. There's a small Coast Guard base adjacent to Fort Macon, and the Coast Guardsmen there come out on a weekly basis and perform the ceremony and fire the cannon, so it's pretty cool to see it in person.
If there is something we need, it's a leap of faith, a step away from the comfort zone and be a little brave. So take a look around you. How far can you see? How far do you think you can run, standing on your knees? It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. It can be a bit frightening, something you don't know. You need a little enlightening, it'll make you grow. It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, it's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, if you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Hey, good morning everyone. So first things first is I need a haircut bad. Also need to shave a little bit. So we started our trip to Iowa. This morning we left Eagle's Nest Campground in Vanceboro, North Carolina. We had a little bit of a hiccup. One of the things we're gonna do for this trip is we're gonna tell you how the truck performed as far as miles per gallon goes, how long the trip took us, the distance we traveled. We're gonna talk about the prices that we paid for each campsite, just so you can get a feel for what it is to travel. You can see the expenses that you're gonna come across when doing this type of living. And as you'll see right here, I recorded this yesterday right before filling up. I think it was 270 miles we drove around. And as you can see, I got roughly 19 miles per gallon without pulling anything, just driving around highways. And we're headed to Veterans Memorial Park in Mount Airy, North Carolina. That's going to be our first stop. Tomorrow morning when we get up, we're going to leave and head to KOA in Clinton, Tennessee. We're going to spend one night there. From Clinton, Tennessee, we're going to head to Camp Carroll Army Recreation Area. I had no idea that Fort Knox was right there, so finding a base RV park is always a plus for us. Number one, they're cheaper than your normal parks. Number two, we save a little bit of money because you have the commissary right there, so shopping is always a plus when we're on a base. We're gonna stay in Camp Carroll for about 10 days. Katrina's got a Prove It event that she wanted to attend, so she got tickets for that. We're gonna arrive about 6 days prior to the event. That way we can get around and see things in Louisville and show you what that place is all about. This is what we got on our first stop. So 193 miles, 11.1 miles per gallon, and we're filling up.
So we've had a rough start to the day. Well, just a rough day, all day. I don't know what happened with the GPS when we left. We were thinking, or I was thinking, that it would redirect us. That took us like 35 minutes of wasted time, and then kids always tend to slow you down, so then we got off to get gas and took a wrong turn, and then I had to turn around because I couldn't make a left turn where I was. So I had to take a right turn and go get all turned around, and we're somewhere in Durham right now. Stalin and Gianna went ahead so that I could feed Luca. It's just been a chaotic day. We've been eating like crap. He's getting into his hungry phase of the day. So it's gonna be an interesting drive the rest of the time. I'm gonna just put in the address and hopefully meet Stalin and Gianna there. And tomorrow, hopefully we'll have a much earlier departure. So today's going much better. I left ahead of Stalin so that I could try and get the kids there and find a park and maybe do some laundry before he gets there, but I actually had to stop 5 minutes after we left because Luca woke up and got hungry, but then I was able to drive a couple hours. Now he's starting to wake up, and this one wants some French fries, so you can see the strawberries all over her face. We don't just give her French fries. Did you have strawberries?
Yeah.
Were they yummy? Yummy, yummy.
On my nose.
On your nose, I know. Feed Luca and Gianna and give them a break from the car, and then we'll have about an hour and a half to go. So we will definitely arrive before dark.
I had to pull over at a gas station because one of the sensors on the left rear tire, the PSI is down to 70 PSI, so gonna see what's going on.